Hi, and welcome back to You Should Know This. I decided to make another little video for y'all looking at the kosher diet. Now, about freedom, I am an American and I am a Protestant, evangelical, whatever you want to call it. I am not a Israelite or a Jewish person except in the biblical sense and the New Testament version of Israelite, if you want to go there. Um, But we complain, oh, the poor Jewish people had 600 and something Mosaic laws that they have to be careful about. And here in America, well, I got 600 laws I got to follow. If I'm on the street, I got to follow traffic laws. And if I'm doing my taxes, I got to follow tax laws and so on and so forth. So, um, we do have laws still keeping us regular members of a society. Most of the laws are to keep you as a regular member of society, like using your turn signal to tell me why you're hitting a brake. That makes you a good member of society. But we're just going to be looking at the Jewish dietary laws. And the Second Timothy in the bold there says we need to rightly divide the word of truth. We need to look at the Old Testament, and some of it looks kind of jumbled together, and you got 600 laws all in a row. They're kind of mixed together, and we got to kind of separate them out a little bit. Like I said with driving, I'm not worried about tax law when some knucklehead is driving poorly, and I'm not worried about traffic laws when I'm working through the grocery store. So we need to pull out just the Jewish dietary laws and see what are they talking about. Is that some good stuff or not? And why, and so on and so forth. So, yeah, this is not a kosher meal. This is cheese and meat mixed together. Okay. Now, this is obviously a McDonald's sandwich. Um, now, personally, be very clear. I am not sponsored by anyone yet. I don't understand why. I'm awesome. Now, if y'all like, share, and subscribe, I will get sponsorship and I'll go really hog wild with these videos. But that's another story. So, if you're needing a fish sandwich, Arby's. Oh, man. I'm not ordering roast beef there anymore. This ain't a Lent thing. They have a good fish sandwich, okay? I want to go out to eat. I want to have me some Arby's. Fish sandwich, you know what I mean? That's my new favorite thing. But today I'm trying a new pizza joint and I will be eating pepperoni pizza, which is also not kosher. For two reasons. One, it's got meats in it that are not kosher, and it also has meat and cheese mixed together. Again, what is going on? Why is that kosher? What's the big deal about that? Well, looking at the sciencing of things, we have iron and calcium. Calcium is in the cheese, iron is in the meat. Meat has iron, cheese has calcium. If you take calcium and iron together, you don't get neither. They are the atoms of iron and the atoms of calcium bind together and do not get absorbed, and you are pooping out good nutrients that you should be taking in. So if you have routine headaches and things like that, um, ladies of childbearing age need your iron supplements. This is very important. It keeps you healthy, ladies of childbearing age. So you can't take iron and calcium together. It's very important. You should take one in the morning and one in the evening if you're taking these supplements. Calcium is good for strong bones, etc., etc., just like the milk commercials say. So you really shouldn't mix iron and calcium together, so cheese and meat. Now, again, I am Protestant. I will tear up a cheeseburger, and I'm going to have me some pepperoni pizza here in a little bit. But let's look at the Jewish, but it's not kosher. It's not kosher. Why is it not kosher? Exodus 23:19, second part. Thou shalt not seethe a kid in his mother's milk. Now, some of the people interpret that as that would just kind of be rude. I'm gonna milk you and marinate your kid's meat in it. That's it's kind of rude to your animal. You should treat your animals with some sort of form of respect before you eat them. But it also has a scientific basis. Keeps you from getting constant headaches that aren't cured by fancy, very expensive medicine. You're just low on iron. Even borderline anemia causes extreme headaches. I've seen this play out with people I know. So let's look at the rest of it. This is interesting. Okay, Exodus 11. Lord said to Moses, and say to the Israelites, you are allowed to eat from the land animals. Eat any animal that has divided hooves, completely split, and that re-chews food, that chews the cud. Okay? But there's some that have a cloven foot, and they chew the cud or look like they chew the cud. Camel, the badger, the hare. See, I highlighted them in green there. Camel, the badger, the hare, and the pig. We all know the pig, but the other ones. Why? What's going on? Why would we do that? So the camel, yeah, it's it's a pack animal. Yeah, you can use a cow as a pack animal and still eat it. You can use a horse as a pack animal and still eat it. Those are kosher. But a camel survives very well, and a camel is also not a hoofed animal. Horses and cattle and oxen have hooves. So there might be some kind of disease there I'm not sure about, but it is a pack animal that goes for a long distance without water. So it's useful. Don't eat the useful animals. You know what I mean? So let's look at the next one. Let's say it's 11.5, the rock badger. Why do I not have a badger on here? I had a badger on here. Okay, the hare. So we'll go back. The hare, number 6, the hare. That's what a hare looks like. It's a rabbit. Okay, turolemia, rabbit fever. It can get transmitted to humans, and it's treatable with antibiotics. Do you have an antibiotic in your pocket? No. To the Jews traveling through the wilderness, 5000 BC or whatever it was, did not have antibiotics. So if they don't eat the hare, they don't get this disease. The pig, that boy is a pig pig. Wait a minute. That's a pig. So a pig is not kosher. Oh, it's dirty and stuff like that. But pigs carry trichinosis, parasite, undercooked meat. Uh, it's a roundworm. Diarrhea, abdominal pain, muscle soreness, swelling around the eyes can be prevented by thoroughly cooking meat to safe temperatures. It is also very deadly. The more you have, the more likely you are to die. And it has 100 other symptoms. It's very weird. It mimics a lot of different diseases, but undercooked pork can kill you. Now, wait a minute. Undercooked beef or undercooked chicken will make you sick. Beef and chicken don't carry deadly trichinosis. You get it? So chicken, I screw up chicken, I might get sick. I screw up pork, I could die. Okay? That's very important little distinction there. I don't want to die. Yeah, call me crazy. I just don't feel like dying right now. I got stuff to do. I got to mow along. You know what I mean? Okay, water animals. If it has fins and scales, you can eat it. Okay, it doesn't have fins and scales. It's detestable to you. You must not eat their flesh, and you must detest their dead bodies. What's the deal? The crab. I don't like crabs. You know, I don't like crab meat is weird to me. But I do. Shrimp, crawdads. I will eat shrimps and crawdads. Okay. You can't cook it away. Paralytic shellfish poisoning. Shellfish contaminated with toxins produced by a certain algae. Tell me really quick in the comments how you explain algae and toxins to someone in 5000 BC who has never seen a microscope? How do you explain that to them? That's difficult. See, paralysis or death can happen if you eat contaminated shellfish. Shrimps, clams, lobsters, crabs, all of it can carry that if you get it from contaminated waters. Here in the modern day, we know the waters are contaminated or not contaminated. We can get a hold of them. We can be okay with it. I will eat some shrimps. Okay? But explaining to someone in 2000 BC a toxin, a neurotoxin, how do you explain a neurotoxin to someone in 5000? Throw that in the comments. I need to see this. This is important to me. Okay? Well, there are other things. So I did not bold all of the birds that you cannot eat. Uh, I'll go through them real quick. Eagle, vulture, kite, I can't remember what that is. Falcon, raven, owl, hawk, owl, osprey, stork, heron, hoop. I don't know what that is. And the bat. Yes, the bat is a mammal, it's not a bird. But what do most all of these creatures have in common? Now, chicken eats grubs, and seeds and stuff like that. But the rest of these things, they eat bad things. They eat rats. Okay? Some of them eat roadkill. Well, back in the olden days, they didn't have roadkill when they were wandering in the wilderness, but animals got killed, they died, they sat there and rotted. But these creatures, this list of creatures, cleans up our environment. They get rid of the rats. They get rid of the mice. They get rid of the hares. They get rid of that badger. It's a hyrax. It's a rock badger. It's a hyrax that mentioned there. That is in West Africa. That is considered bushmeat, and we've gotten quite a few diseases from bushmeat. Okay, these animals eat those disease-carrying animals, and they get them away from us. Okay, how cool is that? They just go away. You let the If you kill off all the eagles and owls, you're going to be overrun with rats and mice. They're going to be eating your grains, carrying diseases everywhere. Let the eagles live. Plus, they're cool looking. Okay, so you get rid of rats by not eating the owls, which are also neat looking. Okay, now I ignored the eating the insects thing over there. I'm not eating insects. But there are unclean animals. If an animal is unclean and falls into a parter jar, everything inside that jar is unclean, and you must smash the pot. Okay, that's Leviticus 33. If the water gets on edible food, the food's unclean. Any drinkable beverage in that jar will be unclean. Um, you, that's obvious right here, right? You know this nowadays. You know about diseases and all this stuff because hopefully you paid attention in your basic science classes in junior high where they told you about diseases that took hundreds of years to learn. But this is the olden days. They didn't know about diseases or microbes and things like that, and viruses and parasites. This is how to keep your area clean if a dead animal falls on it. They have similar laws for uh, humans that are sick. I'm going to get into that in a different video. There's a whole set of laws for those. We will look through those separately. This is about food animals and such. So, we don't know about diseases in 1000 BC or whenever this happened, the Exodus happened. But Moses very interestingly had all these science, but the the science from Egypt, I am told, at that time was not very solid. Okay, if you if you do have evidence from hieroglyphs of clean and unclean animals, I would like to see it. But Moses laid it out. Be careful what you eat. Don't make yourself sick. You won't have diseases everywhere, right? So that's why the kosher dietary laws exist. Plus, there's other spiritual things behind it. There's a scientific basis for Moses' dietary laws. There you go. Y'all have a good weekend.